right, this is, of course, the quintessential start to your mornings,
Yes,
Morning
it
Daily
is.
right here on S24. We'll be getting into newspaper headlines soon, but right now, as we get into Trending Fridays, this is an individual who has really been trending. I remember the first time I actually heard your vocals. It was on a song with Sheffy. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on a song with Sheffy, and I was like, actually, yeah, this is clearly a talented family. But even more so than that, speaking of how you personally decided to get into the musical journey, when did you start singing?
I started singing when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but I was too shy to like
Just go all out.
go in. I was just like, it's a hobby. Let's do this school thing first.
Yeah.
So like gradually over time, I started to gain a little more confidence in it. You know, because sometimes you don't really know how good you are until like you accept that, okay, you know, I'm actually pretty good at this. So yeah, it started in high school, I think.
So the extra push, who did it come from? Was it from you, or there were those other forces? And if I'm gonna say forces, obviously, maybe your, your brothers.
Forces, yeah.
I think time just prepared me to be where I am, because they used to tell me, "Iwe take studio, what Iwe?"
But it wasn't your
They'll come
thing.
pick me up from home. Let's go and record this, you know. But
That's
I was just
awesome.
so shy, you know. Even on stuff that I was put on, I'm like, don't put my name. What?
Oh, really?
Yes, because I was just like, I was so scared of not being liked by people. Like, ish, that come and same girl.
You literally did not want your name on your own project.
Yes, I'm like, don't put my name on
So it was going to be like Maki 2
And-
featuring Friend.
Yes, or Maki too. And vocals downloaded on it.
Wow. No, but clearly you have gotten over your shyness when it comes to the scene. What have you found has been probably the most demanding thing, especially with the year you had last year? What has been something that perhaps you only appreciated or got ready for when you actually encountered it?
I miss going out and being basic.
Yeah?
And just being like anybody
wow.
else. Yes. Yes. And you
feel
know what?
you.
It's like
I feel you.
I can't
Without
just
being spotted.
Yes, without being
There's
spotted.
Towela.
Like, imagine like you just roll up with like sweatpants at the mall. You just came to get like,
Right.
bag of chips or something.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, oh, can I take a picture? And then that'll be on the internet forever.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just miss like being low key or just going somewhere and just being, you can't just be extra without people like watching you or, So I just miss being invisible sometimes.
Okay, you should.
It won't happen now.
Yeah.
Like, just forget about
It's
that
late
right now.
now. It's
too
late.
late for that.
I can give you tips of how to be a nobody. I've been doing it my whole life.
How do you do it?
I'm just me.
Wow.
I'm just
good-
me.
that's good
I'm not
advice,
famous
clearly.
enough. Yeah, I'm not famous enough.
Just be regular.
No struggles here. I'm that guy going, do you know me? And they're like, no.
Your voice sounds familiar though, but like,
No. There's a man here who doesn't know who he is. Yeah, but anyway. But okay. I mean, it does come with the territory.
It does.
But I'm sure also you've gotten to really appreciate your fans.
Yes, I do, because sometimes it's good to know that somebody appreciates what you're doing.
So what's the craziest thing you've heard from a fan? Craziest request.
Let's talk about
craziest encounter. Like,
Craziest, like they almost cried. They were like, I can't believe I'm touching you. I'm touching you. I was just like,
and you were like, COVID.
and I'm just like,
sanitize first.
I'm just like, I'm just
man.
a regular person.
If there's ever a time to get touched
Yeah, but obviously
by
you've had
strangers.
those shows, maybe performances, and they're just those that stood out for you, and you really feel like, as Towela, I think this for me
I
was
brought the
one of
fire.
I gave them,
Yeah,
everything for me. This was just one of those great shows.
Because I used to do a lot of live shows, so I can't really put a finger on it, because that's where I feel I thrive. Because mostly recorded music, you're kind of in a box, so it's gonna take a lot of creativity to like even.
So you
flex a little.
like to interact with the crowd.
I do.
You appreciate that more than the studio sessions.
I don't know, it's a bit of both. I think the studio sessions, I appreciate that because I can get to redo something until it's perfect.
Okay.
When you're on stage, if you mess up, then that's it.
It will be trending.
Right?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Trending Fridays right here on S24's Morning Daily. We come your way every single weekday, Monday to Friday. Now, one of the things I would say felt sorry about, especially when it comes to people in your industry. the live performances, we didn't see as many thanks to COVID-19 last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you find yourself using alternative platforms? I mean, how did you just get through all that? Because, crowds couldn't gather. What was that like for you? Now we're sort of back to normality.
At least,
kind
we're
of
seeing shows here and there.
I think we're just used to new normal, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like it was hectic. I can't even say, oh no, I did this, I did that. I think it was, oh God, at the end of the day. Because I just imagine, okay, just start your music item, shan. COVID, bam! Oh, yeah, to my things that you had line up,
everything
gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was really hectic, and I was thinking, so like by the time things are going back to normal, will I still make sense? Will I still have the same momentum I had when I started?
Yeah.
So there are all those things, because again, it was just crazy, And then like after I was quiet for a couple months, me and Yomaps did our song, and then because people didn't hear it from a speaker, they were like, "What?
Yeah.
What is
and
this?"
They needed shows for that,
Yes, some songs just make sense in like.
You need the crowd.
You need speakers. You know what I mean?
Full blast.
Full blast.
I know, right? I know.
You know what I mean? So like, I had so much anxiety with how things were gonna pan out. But like everything happens for a reason, and I guess everything contributes to where I am right now.
All right. Now, speaking of where you are right now, I mean, we have to definitely get into this one. It is Trending Friday, and one of the things that was trending. How did you decide to jump on that whole Fufu Veve wave, especially when it comes to Yo Maps and you working together?
Oh, okay. So he was recording his album, and he was like, I have a song, like it's a bit different, and I like you like to try out different things. So let's see what we can do. So I had to listen. I'm like, I like it, because when I entered the studio, they were playing it. I was like,
you and speakers. Clearly,
speakers were in your head.
There's some songs when you listen to them on your phone, you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
There are some phones that just won't make sense on a phone, But I was like, this is something I want to jump on, and people will listen to this. You know what I mean? So after I record my verse, I was like, you know what? Let's try this like a Fufu Veve.
Really? Oh, so that was
okay. Now
yes,
that's the part I want to find out. Who's responsible for that?
It was me. I'm like, hey guys, let's put Fufu Veve.
Why?
I don't know. Like I'm like, the song can make sense.
I didn't
sometimes when you're listening to house,
yeah.
And certain things are just not making sense.
Yeah.
Somebody Shashani John Cena, like, girl, what's
I
going
know,
on?
like, what's that?
You know
about?
what I mean? But there we are, jumping to the song. I'm like, and
Jordan must bully the gate.
Jordan must have been the gate. What's going on?
Okay, now for us who do not make music, that's the thing, because we wonder how these things start to trend and what's going on in the background and how it just gets appreciated by the public. So you were just like, you know what? Let's throw this thing in.
Let's throw this in.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it was out, and then people were like, the hell is this? I was like, then in my mind I start to second guess myself. I'm like, but I liked it. I felt it. Like I thought we're going somewhere with this. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, this is how people get it wrong, huh?
Well, fortunately you got it right, and it ended up trending.
It worked out very,
one of the
well.
biggest songs of last year and going into this year as well.
Yeah.
So